Hello, hello. Okay, I'm coming live today just to talk about some simple de-stressors for the holiday season because you know what happens in the holiday season? Pace picks up, more things to fit into our calendar, more things to juggle, right? More places to be, more demands on our time and our money, right? All of that's happening right now. And sometimes more alcohol is flowing for certain people. That can create mm, some challenges too. So in the coming week, I'm going to come live very often and I'm going to give you tips on how to handle the holidays in a way that your relationships come out of it with happy memories made and that your life benefits from the holidays and you're not stressed out at the end of it. So for today, just a couple of things that I'd like to offer to you. One is planning. If you're not much of a planner, I have a husband who's not much of a planner. He'll plan certain things, but he doesn't plan other things. He kind of relies on me to do a lot of the planning. That could be you in your relationship. You could be like that, and your spouse or your partner does a lot of the planning. If you're a single, maybe your personality is such that you're not that much of a planner. If you are a planner, we have to be careful not to over plan and expect everyone to be dancing to the schedule that we've laid out. That's a big one for us planners. But I will tell you that there are times of the year where planning becomes really, really important because proper planning will give you the results that you want. But before you get to the planning, I want you to get with the vision. Take some time to pause and figure out, how do I want this holiday season to go? How do I want it? How do I want it to be at the other end of it? When the new year rings in, on January the 2nd, let's say, when all of the festivities are done, how do you want to feel? Do you want to feel that your relationships grew during that time? Do you want to feel like your relationships even just maintained a happy note during that time? Because sometimes there's challenging relationships inside of offices and inside of families. So you first have to decide your vision. Get a vision. If you're hosting a Christmas or you're hosting a New Year or you're attending one or you're going to an office or a business party or a networking party, whatever it is, kind of look at it in advance and go, how do I want that to turn out? How do I want to feel during it? How do I want to feel when it's over? And then play to that. Play to that through some planning and some mindset work. So planning means you look at the rest of the days that you have maybe before Christmas, or you look at the rest of the days that you have up until the new year. Like for Denny and me, my husband and me, our schedule is very packed until like the day after New Year's Day. Okay. So we have, a couple of businesses and we have a big family and we have a lot of friends and we have a lot of activities that happen during this time. And of course, business doesn't stop during this time either, just like people's jobs don't stop during this time. They may take on a different flavor during this time because they're a little happier, maybe more carefree, or you're in that you have certain deadlines that have to be done by the end of the year, whatever it is. There are different paces for whatever it is that you do. Plan. Look at a calendar. You can get a printable calendar that you can, something that you can print out and you can handwrite in all the important things, like what day do I want to have all my shopping done? If I'm sending stuff out of town, what day do I need to have everything ready to go? What day is it being shipped? How is it being shipped? Kind of think it through. If you bake Christmas cookies or you do baked goods or anything like that, when are those things scheduled? I mean, we're in the 10th. We're 2 weeks away from Christmas Eve, and so I'm going to come live pretty frequently now. I'm going to bring you some tips, and I'll tell you what, if you want, all you have to do is say tip sheet, just put tip sheet down in the comments, and I can private message you. Like for this, I could private message you like a calendar, like a printable calendar that you can fill in, and also some reminders in there to practice the pause every day. That's the mindset piece. That slows you down. It kind of slows down your central nervous system. Like sometimes we forget to breathe. It's amazing how powerful a breath is inside of all of that flurry of activities and demands. So practice the pause. That's a really big deal. I am working with a mastermind group right now, and one of the things I talked about today in a live stream with them was 3 times a day, every day this week, they should practice the pause. And they have different tools that we've worked on, for mindset work, but the pause is a really, really big one, right? So have the vision, do some planning. You don't have to over plan, but have a structure so that you're not like frantic, right? And then manage your central nervous system by practicing the pause. Just practice the pause. Stop for 5 minutes. There's meditations that you can do. There's just listening to ambient noise sometimes is all it is. Maybe just laying down, prone for like 5 or 10 minutes. I have a client who works for a law firm, and she literally on her lunch hour, she will find an empty office and she will eat her lunch, and then she puts her feet up like on another chair, and she just checks out for like 10 or 15 minutes. And she's like, I can't even tell you, I'm so refreshed when I'm done. She just practices the pause. Okay. You'll come out of it more creative. So vision, how do you want it? How do you want it to turn out? You should do that vision before everything. If I'm getting dressed to go to an event, in my mind, I'm thinking about how do I want that event to be? I'm already pre-paving how I want that event to play out. I have that vision. If I'm hosting something here, I just did this weekend, I just hosted my my area grandkids. It was the 20th Christmas cookie bake at grandma's. And because I have older grandchildren, they're now like 22, and the twins are going to be 21, all the way down to the youngest one that attended this year was like 3.5. And it required some planning, and it required some orchestrating with my husband, because this is his house too. It's his family too. We have to talk things through. I don't want to be barking at him that this needs done. I don't want him to be ticked because there's more hustle and bustle, right? You have to talk to your partner. You got to come together. You got to have a common vision. This is what we want to accomplish. And solicit help. I'm kind of a hard person to help, because I don't know, somewhere in my life, I just decided that being competent and being superwoman was really, really important. And so now it's just kind of a regular way that I operate, but I've learned through practicing the pause to get help, to get assistance. It slows things down, not as much as on me. I'm not as frantic as I used to be during the holidays. Everything is more focused on ease and flow. So get the vision, do some planning, including communicating with whoever it is that is part of putting on whatever you're putting on, right? Who's ever living with you, if you're hosting it, or if you're collaborating with someone, communicate. That's important, so you can get your planning in. And then throughout your day, a few times during the day, practice the pause. Just practice the pause. Just close your eyes for 5 minutes. Just close your eyes, practice the pause, and you'll see that things will be much more seamless, much more ease and flow. If you want that calendaring tip sheet, just comment below, and I'll make sure I message you with it.